very good afternoon from the Perth Hockey Stadium. It is a beautiful day here at Curtin University. The sun is shining, clouds in the sky. It is perfect for hockey, and we've got a great game lined up. It is second in the men's Premier 1 grade, taking on first. Victoria Park taking on Melville City. Well, a couple of weeks ago, just after they'd played against the top of the team's side, we caught up with Victoria Park's James Collins to see how he thought the season was going. Well, James, you're one of the young guns at Vic Park, and are you happy with the way the season's progressing so far?
Yeah, it's been a pretty good start for us compared to previous years. I mean, having Dawson Wedo in there pretty helps us a little bit. But yeah, we just got to keep going and see where we can get.
I mean, certainly it's a very close competition this year. Do you feel that any slight slip could cost you points and you could drop down the ladder?
Yeah, of course. Like, you got to be on all the time, and we saw on the weekend we made a couple of mistakes and Reds just put in a few goals. So, I mean, you got to be on your game all the time.
And is it a case of taking each game as it comes in such a tight competition and not getting ahead of yourselves?
Yeah, precisely. And you just got to work on the process as well. It's if you just work on what you're doing, the outcomes will come.
And is that what Jacob Wetton and Matt Dawson are trying to tell you guys? Keep you grounded and keep you focused game by game?
Yeah, a bit more. And they're just kind of keeping us all accountable for our actions, especially around the back. As you said with Jace before, Dawson's been a great help in keeping all the young guys accountable.
You're sitting in a nice position mid-table, almost ready for a great surge towards the finals at the end of the season. Is that the sort of thoughts in the camp at the moment?
Yeah, I'd love to see a surge at the end. I've never played finals before, so that'd be a great experience, and I think this year's the year that we can look to do that.
Certainly, it's a very real possibility for Vic Park. What would it mean to the club? Because, you know, they have been champions before.
Yeah, it'd mean a lot. I mean, I think the last time we were in finals in the ones would be 2012 or something like that. So it meant a lot for the club to get back in, and I think guys coming through the juniors and stuff, it gives them something to kind of look forward to for doing well.
Certainly does. Well, thanks for your time, and we wish you all the very best for the rest of the season.
Cheers, thank you very much.
Well, since we caught up with James Collins, they have had a surge in the league ladder, and Vic Park now sitting second on 26 points, but just 1 point behind them are several teams. Not only Melville, who are their opponents today, but Wolves on 25, UWA on 25, and Hale on 25. So everything to play for today as we turn our attention now to the team lineups and the players to look out for. Just a reminder, if you're joining us for the first time, the core players are the key players around which the squad is built, and they're going to be crucial today. Brodie Sarr, the captain, is always a leader on the pitch, but so too, as we heard from James Collins, Matthew Dawson and Jake Wetton, their two kookaburras in the side, are also making a huge difference this season. Players I think you need to look out for tonight: Jason Gabriel up front, William Batistessa in the midfield, and Hayden Vaitakanis, who will be coming off the bench, because they're going to have to beat, when you look at the Melville City lineup, the Kookaburras goalkeeper Andrew Charter, who's one of the best in the world and very hard to beat. And so that is why I think those players are going to be crucial. From a Melville perspective, Lachlan Sharp, since coming back over from the East Coast, has been in really good form, scoring a goal almost every game. James Day, wearing number 4 from penalty corners, he too will be really important for them. And I think in the midfield it's going to be the performance of Tim Gears and Frank Reynolds, and they are going to be crucial if we're going to see Melville get over the top of Victoria Park. We'd just like to thank the Department of Local Government, Sport and Cultural Industries who support the live stream. They're pleased to be involved with Hockey WA and hockey at all levels. And this promises to be a really great game. Andrew Just, no doubt the coach of Victoria Park, will be trying to gee his players up to go right from the start. So too will Craig Wilson, the coach of Melville. Our umpires for this match are Jordan Moore and Reese Young. And I'm Ashley Morrison, looking forward to sharing all of the action with you today. I would just like to say we have had a few issues today with the internet. We believe they've been sorted out. We do apologise, but as a result of that, there will be no scoreboard or clock during this game. So you're going to have to rely on my timekeeping and me keeping you up to speed with the score in the match. So hopefully that will just build the tension if it's a close game. But make sure you don't go anywhere. Just stay glued to this game wherever you're watching. It's going to be a tight affair. You feel there's going to be nothing to choose between both teams. And if you look at their performances over the last 7 meetings, over the last 3 years, they've averaged 3 goals a game when these two teams have met. So it will be interesting to see whether we get that many goals or whether we actually get more goals today. Victoria Park had a really good win over Westside Wolves on Tuesday night. So they will be hoping that they can continue those winning ways and just get their toe in the finals. There are still 3 games after this weekend, and there are just 5 points separating 2nd place and 7th place on the ladder. So it will be Melville in the maroon to get us underway. Vic Park in the black. Just waiting, I think, for the Vic Park goalkeeper to put on his helmet. That is Dom Hurd. Man, I slipped to the tongue, called him Dom King a couple of seasons ago. I think he enjoyed that one. But Melville immediately looking to go on the attack as Day throws it to the air. Tanamitsu brings it down. Japanese import Aidan Lowe's now surrounded by Melville players. Gets the free hit for a stick check. Apology given straight away by Sam Gears, the elder brother of Tim. And a difficult time of day to be playing with the sun in part of the pitch and the shadow stretching over the other side. It will get easier as the day goes on. Tanamitsu again plays it forward. Lowe's, though, never going to get on the end of that pass. Tim Gears, well, he was trying to help that forward, stolen by Jason Gabriel. Gabriel's pass was an acute one to Wetton, who did really well to reach and keep that in play. Bursting out of defence now is Ross Hall. He gets a free hit for Melville. Vic Park narrowing the options for him there, but he's managed to find Lachlan Sharp. Sharp accelerating at pace. Sharp, top of the circle. Sharp going in with a shot. Great block initially, and Sharp on the reverse stick managed to force wide. But James Collins, what a tackle that was. Absolutely superb, as Sharp looked as if he was going to open the scoring for sure for Melville. We may look back on that tackle later and think it was crucial. Hall again, sitting in that pivotal role just in front of the defence. Now the ball comes to Tim Gears. Gears reverse stick into the circle. Ricochets off the stick and over the baseline, so it'll be a long corner directly opposite where the ball went out of play. Lockie Sharp goes back again to Hall. Hall squared a Day. Good start by Melville, 2 minutes into the match. Drilled towards the circle. Wetton got a touch. Tanamitsu sweeps up behind him. Tanamitsu down the line. He got underneath that one. It caught the back of his stick. Bradley Clark played the ball forward so they could get on with it quickly, and Matt Willis has won a long corner again for Melville. Tim Gears, the captain, over the ball. Short pass, deflected into the circle, but it caught the foot of Lachlan Sharp as it was deflected off the stick of Ryan Hyder. Starting at a fairly frantic pace even. Just help forward now, Ben Taylor. Wetton, who's been on fire this season for Vic Park. What a pass, and unfortunately, well, it came to Jason Gabriel and his own teammate got in the way. And as he managed to get the shot, the player trying to evade the shot was actually caught. Was the young Kai Stirrett. Melville going on the attack again very quickly. Sam Gears. And not 5, and a penalty corner given, the first of the match for Melville. And if we look over the season, Melville 17 goals from penalty corners from the 45 that they have scored. So out of the two teams, they've actually had a better record in terms of scoring from penalty corners as Hall makes his way to the baseline. Day is at the first battery. Matt Willis is at the second. waiting for the whistle. They go to Day. It's a good trap. He flicks well. Good running from the first runner, which was Shane Benfield. And Tim Gears feeling that it should have been another penalty corner. Benfield has actually probably just given it away, limping back now. The umpires, I think, are going to confer. Vic Parker saying, well, you made your decision and we're looking to play on. And the umpires have conferred, and they have said that it is a long corner. Or is it a ball from the side? It's a ball from the side, actually. There you go. Melville play on. Deflected into the circle. Cleaned up by Wetton. Wetton plays it out wide. Tight space, but Victoria Park doing very well to play out of that tight area. Given away, though, to James Day on halfway. Sharp, lovely turn. He pulled away brilliantly from his Australian teammate Matthew Dawson. And the ball should be stationary. Dawson waits for it to be so, and then just drilled it straight at Matt Willis. Back and forth between the two defenders, then eventually coming forward to Batistessa. Good turn by him, came off the foot of Day, and it will be a free hit just outside the 23-metre line as we're approaching the end of the first 5 minutes of this first quarter. As I mentioned, I'm afraid we've got no clock today because of some internet issues, and I can't explain that. I'm not a technical person. As Dawson plays it in, and deflected for another long corner, this time for Victoria Park. We've had several at the other end for Melville. Dawson self-passes, looks to go forward, taken off his stick by Day. Wetton tries to win it back. Wetton does eventually win it back for Victoria Park. Now it's Stirrett. Stirrett, well, he's won another long corner. So Wetton over the ball, just turning down the option to go wide initially. Drills it in. And that was a defensive deflection away from goal. Went over the baseline again, so it will be yet another long corner. This time Matthew Dawson steps forward. And who hails from the Central Coast in New South Wales. Good pass from him, and into the circle he goes, still going. Can they get the shot away? No, it's good defence. Batistessa was going in there, and eventually it was Vayton Karnas who was trying to get the shot. Taylor plays it square. Benfield now. Tanamitsu coming off his flank. Probably showed a bit too much of the ball. It's gone off his foot. Oh, and it's well read. Day's pass, well read by Dawson. Dawson, good pass to the baseline. Vayton Karnas into the circle. Day comes across, blocks his run, takes the ball as well. And now coming forward, it's Matt Willis. Willis pushes the ball wide, gets the return pass. Great tackle again on halfway from Tanamitsu. Telegraphed, and it's Gears who steals the ball now. Carries forward, no one ahead of him. Stopped momentarily as he was looking to offload. Both teams losing possession as they come forward. It's a really good tackle from Patrick Welsh to steer the ball away from Tim Gears. Patrick Welsh, who went to Melville Senior High School. His grandfather was an original member of the club back in 1956. So he would have certainly the Melville blood running through his veins. So it wasn't Welsh who put the tackle in. It was, my apology, it was Batistessa who put the tackle on Gears. Playing on is Lowe's. Lowe's pushes it forward, just slightly too far ahead of Sasha Thomas. Dawson there collects a little bit of space. And also a little bit of space to manage to feed that into the path of Thomas. Thomas over 23 metres. Thomas still going into the circle. Gets a free hit just outside. Played on quickly by Batistessa. Not sure he went the 5 metres before he went inside the circle. Stolen away by Willis. Willis trying to create some space for himself. We're at the halfway stage. 7.5 minutes left in this first quarter. Willis flicks it in the air. It's going to be a good pass forward. Brought down and controlled by Mitchell Pace. Pace is taking it, unfortunately, though, for Melville over the baseline. Mitchell Pace was with Suburban Lions, now calls Melville home. Gone from the Suburban Lions to the Rampant line, which is the badge of Melville. So the pace not ebbing at all. Day now taking his time. Comes across. Decides to go straight and caught the toe of Vayton Canis. And Vayton Canis retreats now as the ball comes across to Antoncic. And a slight miscontrol from Justin McDougall, annoyed with himself. Collins gets the better of McDougall. Collins past one, couldn't get past two. Day cleans up again at the back, looks to feed it forward to Gears, but way too far ahead of him. And we're just seeing that at the moment. There's a little bit of nerves out there, and passes are being overhit or mishit. That's a great pass to Lachlan Sharp. Sharp attacking, and a great tackle by Ben Taylor. Coming back to help out, though, and eventually penalised is Ian Bircher. Sharp trying to get inside the circle. Sharp opening up. He's attacking on goal. That's come off the top of Dom Hurd. And that is a brilliant save from the goalkeeper. Off his line, off his body, over the crossbar. Coming wide now again. Antoncic. Well, it was almost stolen by Brody Sarr. Antoncic. Sarr has got it this time. Plays it into the shin pad of Antoncic. So Ian Bircher was a late replacement for Victoria Park, coming in for Dylan Rowe. Not sure if that was an injury or what it was. Gabriel, a good touch from him. Breaks for Lowe's. Coming back to try and close him down is Mitchell Tate. Tate doing very well. Melville get the free hit as we now have 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Still no goals if you've just joined us. Apologies, there is no scorecard today, or scoreboard or clock. There have been a few technical issues, and so you're going to have to rely on me keeping you abreast as it comes to Willis now. Willis plays it forward, well read again by Bircher. Willis takes it from the side for Melville. Goes back to his captain, Tim Gears. Tim Gears in turn goes all the way back to Ross Hall. Hall advances away from Gabriel. Forced backwards again. Good defence from Vic Park. Battistessa now looking to close down James Day. Wants to close down one section, he did. Got a touch, will he keep possession? He does. Played it into the foot of Gears, not spotted by the umpires. And in the end, Battistessa is penalised. Clear deflection off the foot, but it comes forward now again. Mitchell Pace trying to get around the back. Bircher just off his foot outside the circle. Free hit to Melville. Trent Potter takes it quickly. Doesn't go inside the circle. It needed to go the 5 metres, so now it has, thanks to Willis. Day brings it down. 3.5 minutes left in this first quarter. Sharp collects under pressure. Sharp drills it straight down the middle. The deflection came off the stick of Collins. It'll be a long corner directly in front of goal. And Gabriel, well, was that deliberate? And the umpire talking to him. Most players you'd say no, that wasn't deliberate. Jason Gabriel is a former footballer. You might raise your eyebrow. Thrown wide, brought down well. Brody Sarr, the man in front. Great indoor stick tackle, low to the ground. Prevents the ball coming in from Antoncic. And Vic Park get the free hit with 2.5 minutes left in this first quarter. Are they going to go and break the deadlock after being under a fair amount of pressure in this first quarter? Gabriel, will he collect? No, it's deflected over the sideline. So slowly, players come forward now for Vic Park. Into the circle it went, looking for the deflection. And it's been given as a long corner, came off the defender. So good work from Kai Stewart. No, it's given as a 16 in the end, sorry. Thought the umpire was pointing for a long corner, and the bounce that time too much for Trent Potter to be able to keep that one in play. Brody Saar. Tanamitsu now. Throws the diagonal aerial pass. Day's missed it, but it's going to be too far ahead of Stirrett and will go out of play on the far side. Day comes across. Good pass by him, managing to pick out Patrick Welsh. Welsh, good pass in turn, again managing to find McDougall. Long corner one again by Melville. It's been all long corners, just the one penalty corner one so far. Ross Hall comes wide again to Trent Potter. He helps it forward. Approaching the final minute of the first quarter. Trent Potter given a shove in the back. Could have been a penalty corner. Trying to play on quickly is Ryan Hyder. Hyder helps it in. Potter. Lachlan Sharp denied by the pads of Dom Hurd. Good save by the keeper. And the ball dribbles over the baseline for a 16 for Victoria Park. And they will probably just throw it long just to ease the pressure because we have 40 seconds left. They have thrown it into the space and Stirrett won't keep that in play. James Day glances at the scoreboard just to see how much time is left. Goes infield now to Tim Gears. Gears will probably look to just keep possession. Ross Hall. As the clock is counting down, we're into the final 20 seconds now of this first quarter. It's been lively. Best chances have fallen to Melville. Penalised and playing on quickly, Sasha Thomas. And people not happy as Lachlan Sharp was under a lot of close attention. Wetton then just plays that harmlessly out of play. So that is the end of the first quarter. No clear-cut opportunities, although Dom Hurd, a couple of good saves actually too. One putting it over the crossbar using his body and his helmet, and the other just blocking with his pads. But it means at the end of the first 15 minutes, it is Victoria Park 0, Melville City 0. Welcome back to the Perth Hockey Stadium as Victoria Park start making their way out for the start of the second quarter. Three teams have conceded under 20 goals so far this season, and this is the 14th match of this abbreviated season. Old Aquinians have conceded 14, Vic Park 19, Melville 16. So two of the most miserly defences up against each other today. So there may be no surprise that we are tied up at 0-0 at the end of the first quarter. Still plenty to come your way. Once again, like to thank Healthway for promoting the Smarter Than Smarking message in Curtin University, making tomorrow better, as Day takes it over halfway for Melville after the restart. Tanamitsu claims that. Lowe's narrowed down. It was good work again from Potter. Going to get on with things quickly as Welsh again goes infield to Tim Gears. Saar looks to close him down. Good touch from Gabriel. Gabriel will get that. He's a fairly fleet-footed character. Dawson, a long way forward. Normally in international terms, he'd get a nosebleed coming that far forward, and that is a clear penalty corner. Stick check from Ross Hall. First penalty corner of the match for Victoria Park. And as I mentioned, they've not been as good from penalty corners as their opponents. 14 scored in of their 43 goals so far this season. This is a crucial game for both these teams. Vic Park sitting second, Melville sitting third, and as I mentioned, just 5 points before the start of the weekend, separating second place on the league table and 7th place. Old Aquinians, or Reds as they're better known, already booked their place in the final, so there are 5 teams trying to vie for 3 spots. Tanemitsu at the first battery, Ben Taylor at the second. Wetton stopping for Tanemitsu, Gabriel stopping for Taylor. They go to Taylor, in fact it's Gabriel, goes to Taylor now. Taylor flicks, good save from Charter, but back into his own player. Means it will be another penalty corner for Vic Park. So Andrew Charter in the bright pink pads. You're not going to miss him on a dark evening. They go to Taylor again. No, they go to Tanemitsu. He leaves it this time. It's a good variation. Comes to Dawson. Ricochets up. It's gone in. Well, Dawson, I think, will claim the goal. It's certainly a well-worked routine. A little bit fortuitous, you would have to say, as it ricocheted up and went in off the defender. But Vic Park will not complain. They have the opening goal of this match, and it is in just the 2nd minute of the 2nd quarter. Matthew Dawson, who's their leading goal scorer, that's his 8th goal of the season now. Scored 2 field goals, 4 penalty corners and 2 penalty strokes. So Melville are going to have to come from behind. So Matthew Dawson, who only took up the game after watching his sister play when he was age 8, has gone on, of course, to play for the Kookaburras and have a very successful career with them. And he's enjoying his season with Vic Park this time around. So the free hit to Vic Park, played short to Brody Sarr. Lovely turn by him. Goes into the centre to Lowe's. Lowe's plays it towards Gabriel, but Ross Hall is there to take it away and push it over the side. Hall will be feeling aggrieved. He gave away the penalty corner that has resulted in Vic Park taking the lead. Free hit just outside the circle. It was good work again coming from James Collins. James Collins, who we spoke to before the game, saying that Wetton, who's on the ball now, keeping the players grounded. Another penalty corner flicked onto the foot. Intelligent play around the circle from Victoria Park. And this is the 3rd penalty corner. Can they stretch the lead? You just feel that Andrew Just has clearly thought about this and looking at using variations from the penalty corners against Melville in this match. So in the 3rd minute of the 2nd quarter, Tanemitsu again is at the first battery, Taylor at the 2nd, as Benful makes his way down to inject for Vic Park. Comes to Taylor. Taylor flicks low. It's saved, but the follow-up has been put in by Brody Sarr. The captain is the man on the spot, and it is 2-0 to Victoria Park. What a start to the 2nd period. And that is just the 3rd minute. So 2 goals within a minute. And Vic Park are suddenly in a strong position. But Melville are not a team you can discount, and they will come back fighting. There's still plenty of time left, not only in this quarter, but in this match. Still 12 minutes left in this quarter, and of course half an hour after that. Too far ahead of Lachlan Sharp, and it'll just be interesting how Melville react to this. They were, of course, the dominant side in 2019, finished top of the ladder and then bowed out in straight games in the finals. Tim Gears was saying that that was a bitter blow and that they had to go better this time around. Willis looking to play on quickly, was going to pass the ball, but there was a change. McDougall coming on, and that was deflected by Shane Melville just on the 23-metre line. So Potter's come forward to take it for Melville. Goes back to Ross Hall. Potter again available as Gabriel closes it down. Reverse stick, and just a touch from Willis. I'm not sure he got the touch. It was Dom Hurd, though, watched it all the way onto his pads. A really good save by the keeper under immense pressure. And that was flicked into Benfield by Mitchell Tate. There'll be another free hit to Melville just outside the circle. Captain Tim Gears self-passes. Tries to get it past Dawson, but he doesn't manage to do so, and Dawson pulls away. Dawson will get the free hit. Penalised that time is Mitchell Pace. Dawson won't mind that at all, just slowing the tempo down. Given away now in the midfield. Lachlan Sharp to Gears. Sharp accelerating through the heart of the defence, but the pass has gone right down to the corner. Benfield keeps it in play, feeds it to Tanamitsu. Lovely skills from Tanamitsu. Tanamitsu played in the Junior World Cup in 2016. By all accounts, he's a very good skateboarder, and looking at the way his body balance was there, you can understand it. Day brings it down. It's a good pass to pick out Mitchell Pace. Pace was trying to feed that into the path of Matt Willis, but was asking a lot of the aging former Kookaburra. Nine minutes, well, 9.5 minutes left now in this quarter. Free hit going the way of Victoria Park. Vayton Canis losing his footing and trying to just lay that ball off to Batistessa. Just overran it. And again, the passing not happening for Melville. It was a right idea from Mitchell Tate, but a long way ahead of Justin McDougall. Looking to play that through the middle. It just caught the shins of Gears. Playing on quickly was Batistessa. He's not been successful, and now there's a chance to come forward. Mitchell Pace putting it forward to Gears. Gears, three players surrounding him. Good work coming in, and Wetton eventually gets it, but it was the work of Ben Taylor that saw Wetton able to steal the ball. And that's gone straight into the hand, painfully, of Frank Reynolds. He's claiming that it was lifted, he was low down. So that would have hurt Reynolds. It was the bottom hand. Top of the circle now, trying to turn his Aidan Lowe's. Good tackle again from James Day, just when it was needed. McDougall holds up, waiting for support, looks to play it down the line, and over the line it goes from Ian Bircher. Day gets on with it quickly, manages to feed the ball into the advancing Mitchell Pace. Pace releases it to McDougall. McDougall lifts it into the circle. Willis was there, shepherded all the way by Wetton, and no one from Melville able to get a touch. Halfway through the second quarter, 7 minutes 30 left in this second quarter. Victoria Park leading by 2-0. Both goals coming in the second and third minute of this quarter from penalty corners. And our apologies once again that there is no clock. We've had some technical issues due to the internet here today, and that is why there is no clock or scoreboard. Just like to thank CBH Group, proudly investing in rural communities. Just Hockey, the #1 hockey store in Australia, and Motive Travel for their support of the live stream as James Day looks to take this 16. Vayton Canis being a pest in front of him. And play on again is the call from the umpire as the ball struck the foot of Carl McNess just outside his circle. McDougall now for Melville, looking to take on Taylor. Taylor, good touch. Whether he made the attempt to play it over the sideline, well, umpire's call. Again, chance now coming to Mitchell Tate, to Lachlan Sharp, James Day, McNess. Frank Reynolds trying to weave his way down the left-hand flank. Frank Reynolds, who's third generation to play for Melville. His grandfather Max was a former president. Just shows that hockey is a family game, and the clubs can have a big influence on families and their lives. Charter running across to keep that in play. I think we're going all the way back. Okay. I must admit I'm a bit baffled by that one, but anyway. I think it's because he kept in play, there must have been a foot further up the field, and that was why. So because it stayed in play, the foot was then played. James Collins now for Victoria Park. He's looking to get that into the circle. It was a clever idea, but it didn't come off. James Day feeds it forward now, and Ryan Hyder looking to cut infield. Taylor goes with him. Got a touch. Hyder keeps possession though for Melville. Has to go back to Lachlan Sharp. Sharp plays it wide onto the left-hand side. Reynolds helping it forward, but well read by Dawson. Dawson getting there that time ahead of Patrick Welsh. Wetton now, a little bit of space. He's been kept quiet by Melville so far in this match. Comes out to Taylor now. Was that not really a bump? I thought there might have been. Mitchell Tate though got the touch. One possession back. It's with Tate again now. Hush falls around the stadium. Stolen back again by Ryan Hyder as Vic Park thought they'd got the ball. Just under 4.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Half-time fast approaching. Melville at the moment looking to try and pull a goal back before half-time. Trailing by 2-0 as it stands at the moment. Dawson once again steals possession. Dawson looks to change direction, does well. Two players come to close him down. In the air it goes. Shot on the turn, and penalised was Batistessa. He was quite happy to question that one. Will Batistessa, formerly with Old Guildford, a pupil from LaSalle College. Gabriel. Ball forward. Sasha Thomas put under pressure, and Melville come up with the ball. Lachlan Sharp showing really fast feet to keep going forward and let the ball run underneath him. Sharp trying to go inside the circle. Good experience from Bircher on the edge of the circle. Sharp comes out to take the free hit. Goes to Tim Gears. Gears tries to fire it down. Bircher again, a little touch, takes it over the baseline. Long corner to Melville. Two balls on the pitch. One is just running off as Lachlan Sharp looks to take the long corner. Ooh, Sharp lifted that one, but it came up initially off the stick of Thomas. Still alive for Melville. Great tackle, Brody Sarr, to take it away from Frank Reynolds. Dawson. Dawson gets another free hit. Just that presence of mind of Matthew Dawson thrown in the air, and Kai Stirrett, well, his stick was up like a periscope, but he couldn't see it coming over his shoulder and didn't get it under control. Trent Potter is back into the defensive line. Ross Hall. James Day sliding that one forward. Willis clear push in the back. Some would have said he was leaning forward, and that's why Collins actually almost put his hand in the back to try and stop himself falling over Willis. But good play by Matt Willis all the same. He got the free hit. Even better play there by Dawson. Dawson switches play, looking for Wetton, but it was behind him. Coming back though, and unfortunately catching the foot is Sasha Thomas. Trent Potter wants to get on with things quickly. Vic Park get into position quickly. Final 2 minutes now of the first half. Deflected into the circle. Hurd will let that one run out of play. So good communication in the defensive lines for Victoria Park. Benful finding Sarr. Stirrett. And Stirrett just didn't keep that one in play. was a relief for Melville players because Stewart has got a little bit of pace. Wetton thought he'd stolen it, but the whistle denying him the opportunity to go on the attack. Sharp goes back to Ross Hall, and Day is in space on the right. Day, the call was no, and Gears just lifting that one. So danger created, so it will be a free hit. Benfoot looking for Wetton. Gears read it well, but unfortunately, well then a stick check. Wetton shaking his head, and free hit taken nowhere near where the offence occurred. We're into the final minute. Sharp was looking to get on with that quickly, but there were 2 balls on the pitch, so umpire blowing his whistle. Sharp has stolen a good 3 or 4 metres from where the offence occurred that time. Day now needs to get the ball in quickly. Victoria Park block initially. Still may get it in the circle. Good work being done by Pace. Pace looks to pull it back. It's going to fall for Willis. What a save! Dom Hurd, outstanding. Willis thought he was going to score, but Hurd getting his pad across to deflect it out of play in the final seconds of this quarter. And that will be the final play. A brilliant save from Dom Hurd as the siren goes now, and that is half time. And a brilliant save means that we go in with the Victoria Park goal still intact, and 2 goals in that quarter, 1 from Matt Dawson, 1 from Brodie Saar, both coming from penalty corners, means that at half time it's Victoria Park 2, Melville City 0. Still half time here at the Perth Hockey Stadium. Victoria Park all in their little huddles, 2 huddles at the moment. Listening to Dominic Hurd, who made that outstanding save right in the last minute of the first half. He had a lot of ground to cover across his goal. Some might say Matt Willis took too long to get his shot away. I don't think so. I think it was just an outstanding save. And Melville, well, they're listening intently to Craig Wilson, as you would expect. Craig Wilson, a former player for Melville and was appointed coach same year as Andrew Just was at Victoria Park. Both coaches appointed in 2018. Well, if we compare their records in matches over the last 3 years, they've played 7. Victoria Park have won 3, Melville have won 3, and there's been 1 draw. So there's very little to choose between the two. And if you look at their record this season, both have played 13, both have won 8. Vic Park have drawn 2 as opposed to Melville drawing 1, which means they've only lost 3 and Melville have lost 4. Goals for 45 to 43 in favour of Melville, and Melville have conceded less, as I mentioned earlier in the match or in the broadcast. Just give me a chance to once again thank our sponsors: Healthway, Curtin University, CBH Group, Just Hockey, Normandy Foods, Motive Travel, and of course the Department of Local Government, Sport and Cultural Industries. We are just a minute away now from the restart, and again both huddles really looking intensely, and it's interesting to see that Craig Wilson is down on his knees. There is a school of thought that coaches do that because they can then see if players are actually watching or listening to them when they're lower than their eye level, whereas if you're standing up you can see many a player just gazing off into the distance and nodding as if they're listening, but we know that they're not. I think I may well have been one of those players. Now the Melville players slowly making their way out onto the pitch. Is there a way back for them? Trailing by 2-0. You would think there is. They've got the firepower, they've got the record, they've got the armoury, but they're up against a team that's playing with confidence at the moment and are being led ably, if not with the captain's armband, but certainly being led ably by example Matthew Dawson. They've kept Jake Wetton quiet, but Dawson has still been causing a lot of problems. But to be fair, it's a team game and it's no one player. It will be Vic Park to get us underway for the second half. Is there a way back for Melville? Can Vic Park hang on and keep their dream alive of getting to the finals? James Collins said before this match, never played finals. It is their goal in 2020. So Vic Park get us underway. Over the side it goes, off the Melville stick. And again, over the side it goes once more, off the stick of Ryan Hyder. James Collins beats Hyder this time, and Collins has got space to advance into, cracks it towards the D. No touch initially, and then eventually Trent Potter has it go off his stick over the baseline. Wetton looking ready to take the long corner. Short pass, Dawson fires it in, but there was nobody. Gabriel was trying to get in that space ahead of Andrew Charter, but the ball was played too far to Charter's left-hand side. Gabriel had no chance of getting on the end of that one. Willis, who played for Laren in the Hoofklasse in 2019. Comes across Collins, nice little touch, takes it away from Hyder, and he should keep that in play. James Collins, who played in the Sultan of Johor Cup in 2019, which is of course the Premier Under-21 tournament. Just one of 2 West Australian representatives, the other being Dane Gavranich, who plays for Westside Wolves. In fact, it was Sultan Azlan Shah where Jake Wetton made his debut against Malaysia way back in 2011. So Malaysia is often a place where Australian players make their debut. Gears helps that one on. It just caught the foot, though, of Sasha Thomas. Day coming forward to take the free hit, goes square. Ross Hall carries it forward, looking to play that one into the path of the tireless Ryan Hyder, who's working really hard, originally hailing from Bunbury. He actually played his 150th match in 2019 against this very opposition, Victoria Park. Ryan Hyder. Lovely turn, Sasha Thomas being chased by Gears. Thomas, one hand on the stick. Gears' stick goes flying, and the free hit has gone against Victoria Park, and a green card has been issued to Sasha Thomas, and I think just frustration, and he actually uttered his frustration. Not a good thing to do, but most people in the stands felt that was a strange decision. I should probably add, but most of the fans supporting Victoria Park in the stand thought that was a strange decision, because the Melville fans to my right, very quiet. Once again, if you just joined us, we have no clock today because there's been a few technical issues with the internet, but I can tell you we are 4 minutes into the second half, and Victoria Park leading by 2-0. So Melville with it all to do as the floodlights come on, as the daylight starts to dim and we have a nice reddish glow to the clouds over on the far side. Ian Bircher from the side finds Dawson. Dawson to Wetton, back to Dawson, but well read by Gears. Willis now for Melville, holding it up, releases it to Sharp. Sharp plays it forward. Good chance for Melville. Can they get it across the face of goal? Potter it is. Good save from Dom Hurd again. And he finds Kai Stirrett. Stirrett, though, under pressure, loses out. Frank Reynolds doing good work. Short pass and Hyder gets a free hit. Reynolds has come across to the left-hand side. He's in acres of space if they wanted to lift it to him. Gears tries to first time it into the circle. Came off the foot of Dawson. Gears plays on. Well, straight in the circle he goes, but free hit is given to Vic Park. Benford just taking his time. Tanamitsu calling for the ball down below our commentary position. Potter trying to steal that. Stirrett, a good turn from him and a good pass into the path of Gabriel. Day gives chase. Gabriel hits it first time off the pads of Charter. Good cleaning up by Ross Hall. Excellent defence off the goalkeeper's pads. That's what you need as a goalkeeper. And Dawson gets a touch and that goes into Tim Gears. Well, clearly his knee, I think, judging from the way he's going to hobble off. Wetton was not happy. He felt it was a bit below that. Gears is in immense pain down below, and Wetton would be in pain there as well because that was lifted into his shoulder. So a little bit of niggle maybe coming into this match. Shane Melville comes forward again. Wetton has to stretch. He's going to be put under pressure. Good recovery. Taking that away from McDougall. Managed to get it to Tanamitsu. Taylor to Bircher. Diagonal pass was risky and Hall got there ahead of Gabriel. Batistessa working hard, but a good turn in the end from Mitchell Tate. Now it's Willis. Took it away from Benford. Got a stick check. Free hit to Melville. Willis plays on quickly. Great defending. Tanamitsu getting there ahead of McDougall and then going to ground under a rather innocuous little shove, but gets the free hit. Day will collect that for Melville. Now be put under pressure by Peyton Canis, who's come out with a headband in the second half. Hopefully not, because he was caught at any point. Maybe it's in tribute to his Japanese teammate. Oh, good teamwork between Dawson and Tanamitsu, and Sharp took a tumble. Given away, though, this time by Dawson. Probably the first time in the match he's made an error such as that under no pressure. Day now for Melville. Helps it forward. Good running again from Welsh. Lost out. Tanamitsu trying to come forward. Gets the free hit for obstruction from Day. And Wetton being told he took it from the wrong position. Tanamitsu, who originally hails from Iwakuni, which is a famous city in Japan actually for producing the gold medal triple jump winner Naoto Tajima, who actually won the bronze when Jesse Owens won the long jump and Luz Long the silver in 1936. Great chance, and it goes wide this time from Batistessa, where you feel he's going to get a goal at some point. It certainly looked as if it was a deflection. And Vic Parker not happy, and now the umpires have conferred, and it is going to be a long corner. Batistessa moves away for Wetton to take it. Wetton drives towards the circle, pushes it in. Trent Potter's there though. Over the side it goes from him. Sasha Thomas will play the ball back in for Victoria Park. Goes all the way back into his old half to Dawson. Taylor had to advance to get on the end of that one. Looks to play it into the circle, and unfortunately for Stirrett, it just caught his foot. So there's just over 6.5 minutes left in this third quarter. No goals added since half-time. Peyton Canis collides with Day, and both men fall over. Free hit, though, goes Melville's way, and that's a good pass forward. Sam Gears going one way, then the other, and being forced back to the halfway line by Taylor. Good defence by him. Patrick Welsh now helps it out down the line. Infield it comes. Chance to turn from Hyder. Hyder again gets it closer to the circle. Reynolds now trying to get in there, and it's gone over the baseline. So Melville having the lion's share of possession, but at the moment just struggling to make it pay. And Melville are the third highest scorers at the moment in the season. They've scored 45 goals. Reds have scored 67 and Wolves 55. Hale have also scored 45, I should mention as well. And of course Hale in the mix as well. Collins cuts in, came up off Day. Play on is the call. And they've got numbers if they can move the ball. But so too to Vic Park now dropping back. Ball comes wide to Ryan Hyder, looking for support. Willis inside of him. Day trying to get there. Got a touch, but Collins will clean up. Now it's Lowe's. Lowe's looking to carry forward as Antoncic was ahead of him. Managed to get the ball though to Wetton. Wetton, great square pass. Picks out Sasha Thomas. Thomas beats one. Thomas inside the circle, goes onto the reverse stick, and Charter with a really good save, just flicking out his right hand and getting the ball away from goal. So Wetton now with the long corner, self passes, goes backwards. Taylor to Dawson. And the angle pass, nobody in that avenue of play. So those of you, just to give you an idea, today or this weekend, Whitford's, who are currently bottom, play Wolves, who are vying for a place in the finals. Wasps, who are in 7th place, are playing Old Guildford, who again only won one game so far this season, although they tend to be a bogey team for Wasps as Stirrett tries to play that one forward. UWA and YMCC meet. UWA still in with finals hopes, and Hale play top of the table Reds, yet to be beaten. So tough day at the office for Hale, or tough weekend at the office for Hale, as Sharp breaks through the challenge from Dawson. Here's a good chance now for Melville on the attack. That pass though cut out by Taylor, and that'll be frustrating. Sam Gears was trying to play that down towards Ryan Hyder. Taylor did well to intercept, and a promising attack comes to nothing. Gabriel couldn't control that one, and now it is Melville once more on the attack. Ryan Hyder, McNess with a good pass. Hyder nowhere to go, has to go all the way back to McNess inside his own half. Reynolds is wide if Hall wants to use him, and it's going to come to Reynolds now. Short pass by Reynolds, and just showing too much of the ball that time was Patrick Welch. Batistessa's stolen it, has to just check back. There wasn't much going forward for Vic Park. Brody Sarr helps it down the line, and Gabriel will get the ball in the corner. Faced with Hall, he tried to just drill that along the baseline and get it to go off the pads of Charter, but Charter had the post covered and the ball never got to it. Went out of play before. So just under 3 minutes now left in this third quarter. No goals added since half-time. Still 2-0 in favour of Victoria Park. Melville battling hard. Willis collects. And good play coming again from Taylor. In fact, that was Bircher, my apologies. Ian Bircher. And it's a mistrap at the back. Benfull. Oh, it's actually Collins. Collins, in fact, doing very well in the end. Collins now over halfway. Collins still with possession, and he was pursued all the way by Sam Gears. Tanamitsu, now it's Benful. I'm so used to seeing Shane Benful in that position. Immediately soon when Collins collected, it was Benful. Benful now. Dawson showing, the ball doesn't come as Gabriel gets a touch, and will be a free hit to Victoria Park. 2 minutes left in this quarter. This could have a massive telling on where all the teams finish at the weekend. We've seen some teams drop 4 places just on the back of one result. Tanamitsu. It was a good dummy, and he found Brody Saar with a very accurate pass. Kai Stirrett again lurking out wide, looks to take on his man. He does well, drills it across the top of the circle, but unfortunately nobody there. Took on Antonsic, Kai Stirrett, and did the right thing, got it into the circle, but unfortunately for him, Vic Park, nobody was there. So now we enter the final minute of this period. And Melville still trying to find a goal to give them a chance to come back. Sasha Thomas gets the free hit, takes it quickly, accelerates away, chased all the way by Reynolds. And Saar falling as he plays the ball to Stirrett. Stirrett faced with Tim Gears. Happy to go towards the corner, knows the clock is running down, plays it back to Collins. Collins to Bircher. Bircher short pass to Wetton. Wetton no doubt aware again that the clock is running down. McDougall steals it away from Wetton. He looks to go forward, but there's nobody going with him. Suddenly the support comes. Leaves it off to Willis. That was a good pass by McDougall. Willis beats one. Willis into the circle. And the free hit goes against Melville at the top of the circle. Dawson is going to throw it long. There's 7 seconds left. Needs to be brought down. Watched all the way by Ross Hall. And that will be the final play of the quarter. So it was tight. Melville kept trying to find a way through Vic Park, but they didn't manage to do so. Good, solid defence. And it is going to mean that we're going to have a grandstand finish in the final quarter. The score at the end of the third period is Victoria Park 2, Melville City 0, just as it was at half-time. Now 30 seconds till the final quarter gets underway. Vic Park and Melville making their way back out onto the turf for what should be an absolutely grandstand finish to this game. Vic Park leading by 2-0. They were second at the start of today, just 1 point ahead of Melville, who were in third spot on the ladder. So there is plenty to play for. Melville want to stay in touch with the leaders. And it will be Vic Park to get the final quarter underway. Jason Gabriel pushes the ball back. Just a reminder, Melville on 25, Wolves on 25, UWA on 25, Hale on 25, Wasps on 21 on the league table, with Reds way out in front on 39. So this result will have a big bearing depending on the other results that happen this weekend. But as far as Vic Park are concerned, and all the teams, just got to keep winning your games. Wetton has been kept quiet for today, but he's beginning to have a bit more influence as legs start to tire. Willis gets to carry. He's got Gears in support. Sam Gears, that is, finds him. Good pass. Sam Gears takes it towards goal, looks to lay it back. Penalty corner won by him. Just the second penalty corner of the match for Melville. And their first was back in the first quarter. So this is a possibility, a real possibility for them to pull a goal back. And we're still in the first minute of this final quarter. Ross Hall makes his way down to the baseline to inject. Tim Gears is at the first battery, stopping for Day. And Willis waits at the second battery. Will they go with James Day? Day has 14 goals to his name this season, 12 of those from penalty corners. They shift to the left. Good trap. Oh no, it's not. It's been stolen. Benful comes out. Free hit on the edge of the circle for the back of the stick. Good movement. Into the circle it goes. Day now will look to flick it onto a foot again. It's another penalty corner just below the knee. The ball catching. So good calm play around the circle there by Melville when things didn't go quite so well. I think Tim Gears just popped up as he was trapping it, and that's why the ball didn't stop rock solid for Day to offload. So Hall again goes to the baseline. Gears crouches. Day waits, and alongside him Willis. Will they shift to the left? Yes, they do. Trapped a bit better this time, straight into the first runner. And they're claiming it was high. Benful was the first runner. I'm afraid I thought that hit him well on the shin pads. And I think the umpires have got it right that is another penalty corner. Certainly from where we are, it looked to catch him low enough for it to be another penalty corner. So third penalty corner in a row now for Melville. Will it be third time lucky? Will they stick with James Day? Hush comes around the stadium. Hall injects, stopped. Well, again, it's not a great trap, but it maybe was meant to be a variation. Shot, good save from Dom Hurd. It was a very powerful shot from Sam Gears. But Dom Hurd is really on his game today, and it's going to take something special, you feel, to beat him. Melville still on the attack. Sam Gears out wide. He's beaten one. Still in possession for Melville. Into the circle it goes. Great trap by Wetton on the reverse stick and off balance. Dawson now will try and calm things down for Vic Park. Finds Wetton in between a load of players, and Wetton just cracks the ball up the field. So it will be a 16 to Melville. Pulling wide on the left-hand side is Mitchell Pace. Ross Hall decides to go the other way. Good pass again to pick out Sam Gears. Sam Gears, though, with Ben Taylor in close attention, goes infield. Dawson got it momentarily, and Benful helped out, and Potter is the player penalised. Brody Sarr, well, that's been signalling that it will be Vic Park's ball. Took a touch. Brody Sarr self passes. Goes down the line to Stirrett. Stirrett, it's the signal it's going to be a long corner. I think Stirrett went for the 3D skills, and it was Potter, I think, who helped it over the baseline. So Wetton over the ball on the 23-metre line. Goes back to Ben Taylor. Benful gives it straight back to him. Good lead from Sarr, but really strong defence from Potter. It was Potter, it was actually Mitchell Tate. So well done, Mitchell Tate. Dawson playing it to Gabriel. Gabriel got it under control well, creates a bit of space. Good defensive play coming back, but he'll come back to Gabriel. He's hit the foot. And it is a penalty corner for Victoria Park. So just trying to see whether it's actually a stroke. So a penalty stroke has been given, and I think there was a question as to why that has been issued. So Vic Park with a stroke now. I didn't see the player who committed the foul. I think it may well have been Trent Potter. So Matthew Dawson comes forward to make it 3-0 from the penalty spot. There's a hush around, the whistle goes. Dawson, high, goes past Charter. It is indeed 3-0. And Matthew Dawson stretches the lead for Victoria Park. And they still have 11 minutes 30 to get back in this match. But it is getting a harder ask for them. Once again, we apologise, no scoreboard at the moment. There have been some technical issues today with the internet, and one of the reasons we're not using it is it's actually helping us bring the live stream to you. So we do apologise, but it is now 3-0 to Victoria Park with 11 minutes left in the match. Matthew Dawson just converting his 9th goal of the season. He's now on a hat-trick as well. And Melville, the big question is there a way back for them? The shoulders went down when they conceded that penalty stroke. And Vic Park, after their victory over Wolves in midweek, just look as if they are a team playing with a certain degree of confidence. Maybe 2020 is going to be their year, as Gears knocked it away from Dawson, but Dawson got there first and found Gabriel. Gabriel looking to take on Potter, back to Dawson. Dawson, oh, what a finish by Matthew Dawson. What an outstanding way to complete your hat-trick. Matthew Dawson, what a finish. 4-0 now to Victoria Park, and you would have to say that that is most likely game over for Melville. So that's the 18th hat-trick of the season in the men's competition. And this is game number 79, so an inordinate amount of hat-tricks this time around. Shot coming in, it's going to be a good save from Hurd, and well, Hyder had the shot and Reynolds was trying to follow up. There may well be a goal still in this for Melville, but can they get 4 in 9.5 minutes? Certainly Dom Hurd has looked in fine form tonight, and you just wonder, it's going to take, as I said before, something special to beat him. He made an outstanding save to deny Matt Willis at the end of the second quarter, and you just feel that that may well have been a match-turning save. 2-0 at the time, going in at half-time, 2-0 as opposed to 2-1. Psychologically a huge difference for Vic Park. Phaeton Canis collects now. He was put under immense pressure, he's lost out. Day using his long reach. Phaeton Canis really desperately trying to fight back. James Day, the Canberran, bursts forward. Tanemitsu takes it back, and Day, that's clumsy, and I'm sure Day will get a card for that one, a green card. That was just born of frustration. James Day is part of the national development squad, played for Holcombe in the UK in 2017. He will be, well, he clearly was frustrated. So now for 2 minutes, as we've got 8.5 minutes left, Melville are down to 10. Miss trap on the far side from Bircher. Willis. And Wetton again with a very important touch. Stirrett now. Stirrett looking to turn Ross Hall. Ross Hall, though, forcing him towards the corner. Kept in play by Bircher. Comes back to hat-trick hero Matthew Dawson. Taylor. And Wetton just lurking out wide in the shadows. And it's almost like a cat playing with a mouse, Vic Park at the moment. Tanemitsu, short pass infield again. Sasha Thomas goes wide to Bircher. Wetton and Bircher having switched positions. Back to Thomas. Thomas a little mistrap, almost gave Melville hope they were going to get the ball. Thomas tantalising them, and his pass is misplaced. Unfortunately, Batistessa was still waiting out wide, whereas had he made that run, it would have been a perfect pass. So Willis in the defensive line, still trying to make things happen. Pushed forward, now it's Wetton taking on Reynolds. Dawson. Tanemitsu. Good pass and a strong tackle from Hall into the back of Sasha Thomas. Thomas didn't really stop that, but has played on and has been allowed to play on. Good tackle from Ross Hall, though, takes it away from him. Tanemitsu. And Day comes off the bench. Tanemitsu's stick goes flying. Day is a man with a mission into the circle. Come Melville, looking to lay it back. Reynolds has to stretch, gets it, looks to the foot, and it's a penalty corner. And he's asking for a stroke, saying that Tanemitsu deliberately went down on his knee and stopped that. Wow, this is almost like soccer antics, I have to say, where players are going to the umpires pleading for decisions and cards. And the umpires will confer. The question was it deliberate from Tanemitsu? Reynolds switched direction very quickly. Some would say that Tanemitsu was a good enough player to know exactly what he was doing and deliberately dropped his knee in the long barrier position that you have in cricket. And the stroke has been given. So after conferring, I think you saw Jordan Moore saying, if it was left to me, it's a penalty stroke. So a penalty stroke has been awarded, and this may be the first chance that Melville have, well, the best chance Melville have had all night to score past Dom Hurd. And James Day, who came straight off the bench, is the man to take it for Melville. Jake Wetton now adds his 2 penneth, and clearly is none too impressed. Throws the ball to Day, and Wetton ambles out of the deep. Day, can he beat Hurd? Scored 2 penalty strokes so far this season. So Day versus Hurd, waiting for the whistle. Hurd steps out of his goal onto his line. Whistle goes, and Hurd has saved it! Well, I said he was going to be hard to beat tonight. That is another superb save from Dominic Hurd. And Dominic Hurd is the hero tonight. I know Dawson has scored a hat-trick, but Hurd, I still believe that save at the end of the second period has turned the game. And Dawson, smile on his face as he takes the 16. 6 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in the match. And that would have made it 4-1 had Melville scored. May have given them the platform to go on and get more goals, but now the ascendancy is still very much with Vic Park as Batistessa rubs it in with playing the ball through the legs of Antoncic. Wetton throws it down the line, and over the side it goes off the stick of Ross Hall. Peyton Canis looking to play it in from the side. In the end, decides to leave it to James Collins. Vic Park just slowing things down to their pace now. Day steals it back. He is a man determined, James Day. Pace trying to play that one for Antoncic, rather. That's a good pass infield, finding Ryan Hyder. Hyder helps it on to Trent Potter. Down the line it goes. Melville attacking with purpose. In it goes, but lifted into the circle. Danger created. Free hit again to Vic Park. 5 minutes left now in the match. So Vic Park was sitting second. 1 point ahead of a pack of teams below them. This will lift them possibly 4 points clear of some of them. Certainly they will remain 1 point ahead in second place if they can hang on. Willis continuing to try and attack. He's taking it over the side there. Melville looks to get on with things quickly. Finds Aidan Lowes. Lowes needs to watch out because Ross Hall was watching him carefully. Brodie Sarr just reaching, and that reach taking the ball away from Trent Potter. Sarr, wily customer, plays it into the foot. Free hit. Just jogs forward. There's a real hush gone around the stadium. Lovely touch from Wetton. James Collins was aware of it coming. Maybe Wetton just tipped in the wink just before he ran past him. Collins continues to go. Reynolds gives chase. Reynolds over the baseline it goes. He tried to keep it in play, but couldn't. So another long corner to Vic Park. 3 minutes 30 left in the match. I think that is far too big a hill for Melville to climb and get a goal, but the big thing of course is, or rather get a victory, but goals could be crucial when we get to the end of the season. Brilliantly brought under control by Aidan Lowes. There's one hand on the stick, into the circle it goes. Brilliant steal again by who else than James Day, but Batistessa's got it back. Batistessa trying to find a way into the circle, claims for a stick check, doesn't get it, and Day, brave and effective. So James Day has really led by example for Melville tonight. He's shown determination and a real will to win. Square to Willis again. Willis being forced away, gets a free hit just outside the circle. Melville have the superior goal difference at the moment, although this would have dented theirs a little bit, but they're still far superior to the teams below them. Good deflection inside the circle. Still can't get the shot away. Wetton, desperation from him, managed to get it away from Mitchell Tate before he could shoot. Stirrett now. Stirrett finds the foot there of Mitchell Pace. So just being told to bring it infield. 2 minutes left in the match as Wetton satisfies the umpires, but then leaves the ball for Collins. Collins just flicks it in the air. Stirrett's waiting, and it's been missed. Well, Stirrett will get it now, advance towards Charter. Kai Stirrett. Charter, really good save as Gabriel was about to pounce. Well, breathe a sigh of relief, Mitchell Pace, because Kai Stirrett was lurking behind him, and it paid dividends. Batistessa's now got the decision against Willis. Gabriel, bit of space, looks for Wetton. Wetton against Charter. Brilliant save by Charter. Stood his ground. Air swing inside the circle. Melville, though, still managed to bring the ball clear. Tim Gears now with 1 minute 20 left on the clock. Melville looking for a consolation goal. And free hit going the way of Victoria Park. The ball just clipping Ryan Hyder's foot as he was dribbling it forward. And that's too far ahead of Kai Stirrett. Tim Gears looking to turn Sasha Thomas. Then full penalised. Played back now. Good chance coming from Trent Potter wide if he can get the ball into the circle. Potter put under pressure by Tanamitsu. Tanamitsu, just a little bit of a shove there. Potter hit the turf. We're in the last 36 seconds of the match. Melville need to get the ball into the circle quickly. Comes to Ross Hall. Day helps it wide. Chance now coming to Mitchell Pace to get into the circle. Pace blocked by Brodie Sarr. Sarr again retreats. Comes to Pace once more, looking to play it back. Sarr played it into the circle, his own circle. Good defence though this time coming from Batistessa. Wetton from the side, looks to play on quickly, lifts it over the top. Batistessa brings it down, just Gabriel ahead of him, and he missed the ball completely, and Day plays it over the side, and it's a memorable victory for Victoria Park. What a game we've just witnessed. And it has been a good day at the office for the Panthers. Matthew Dawson opened the scoring to make it 1-0 in the second period. Brodie Sarr then added a second, both those goals coming from penalty corners. And for me, the turning point in the match was Dom Hurd's save from Matt Willis in the 30th minute, just before half-time. It meant that Vic Park went in at 2-0. Dawson then added 2 goals in the second half, and Dom Hurd saved a penalty stroke from Matt Day. The final score here, Victoria Park 4, Melville City 0.